Yo, what's good? It's your man, 100 Grand Ross with The Rock Never Stops. Look, I had to do this video because I was about to drop a video on what Masai Ujiri needed to do coming up upon this trade deadline. And lo and behold, just when I'm about to drop the video, this trade goes down. OG Anunoby, Precious Achiuwa, Malachi Flynn for RJ Barrett and Immanuel Quickley. Look, when I'm right, I'm right. And it feels good to say it. I'm going to tag the videos in the description box. But I told y'all, Immanuel Quickley was definitely a target. He was somebody that the team needed to go after. He could be a shot in the arm for this offense. And RJ Barrett could have potentially been an added piece. And I also did a video on how OG Anunoby was the odd man out. Now, I don't think that this is all for Masai Ujiri, but when I'm right, I'm right. And I want to dive a little bit more into just what I think is going down in this video. If you enjoy it, smash the like button for me. Hit subscribe and the bell for notifications. Definitely hit me up in the comment section about this. Look, I don't want to go all the way into the long-term outlook for this team, but I love the move for the Toronto Raptors. Getting Immanuel Quickley, getting that shot of adrenaline, that shot of nitrous oxide into your engine, somebody who has that jitterbug, second gear speed, who's able to accelerate, use that fast twitch ability to get into the lane, I think is exactly what this team has been lacking. Dennis Schroeder, maybe 10 years ago, could have been that for them. But at the same time, I don't know if he had the same type of two-way potential that Immanuel Quickley has. And so when I look at this deal, I'm not going to say this pushes them into a playoff position, but I love the shot in the arm that this gives the offense that they've been desperately needing this entire season. I also love the RJ Barrett pickup. Look, Masai Ujiri, let me just say, when a mastermind is at work, you just allow the mastermind to work. I've said it before, but you don't sell your value for pennies on the dollar just because people want you to sell something, just because they want you to make a move. You don't just get rid of the assets that you have just for the sake of doing so. And I think that that is precisely why we haven't seen anything done over the past couple of seasons when it comes to this trio of forwards that was on the Toronto Raptors between Pascal, Scotty Barnes, and OG Anunoby. You see, Masai Ujiri has been able to read the tea leaves. And he saw that he had two of the hottest trade chips in the NBA. And OG Anunoby was one of them. And he was able to not just bring in a starting point guard of the future in Immanuel Quickley, but also he was able to bring in one of Canada's own homegrown, young star heroes, RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett is a lefty coming out of Canada, played for the international team, did very well. He hit the NBA by storm, and I think a lot of people probably had a little bit higher hopes for him than what he's kind of panning out. I have him somewhere a little bit better than Harrison Barnes, a little bit less than a Paul Pierce type of a talent. But he's still somebody who is a definite NBA player, definitely a starting NBA player, somebody who brings the perimeter skill that has been lacking for this Toronto Raptors team for the past couple of years, probably since DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry combination left. As a matter of fact, that may even be a great analogy. I might have to do a video on that pretty soon, that this pairing of RJ Barrett and Immanuel Quickley might be the next DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry, because their toughness, their physicality, their determination, their competitiveness, and that's probably the core of the similarities between the two, is they're extremely competitive. And that's something that this team has really been needing, because night in and night out, when you know that you don't have the horses, you know you don't have the talent, you know you don't have the depth to really compete, it becomes hard to kind of muster that energy. And for somebody like a Scotty Barnes or Pascal Siakam, that had to have been killing them. And now with the shot in the arm of RJ Barrett and Immanuel Quickley and what they bring to this offense in terms of shooting, playmaking, facilitation, athleticism, length, that they've just been, like I said before, lacking in a severe way. I think this turns things around for them. I think this gives them an opportunity to make a push to at least get back into the play-in. And I don't want to go too far into the long-term outlook, but I love this move for the Toronto Raptors. I love this move for Masai Ujiri, because when you are operating within an organization, it's important that you understand your organization. It's important that you understand its history, you understand its needs. And he's understood since he's arrived that this is not a free agent destination, meaning that you're either going to have to overpay or you're going to have to trade for your talent or draft it. And because they haven't found anybody in the draft who can fill the role, they had to understand that they were going to have to bring in somebody via trade. And that's exactly what they did. They brought in two pieces, an RJ Barrett, who's a substantial upgrade over Gary Trent Jr., Immanuel Quickley, who's another substantial upgrade over Dennis Schroeder. I don't know if he's going to be Fred VanVleet level or even Kyle Lowry, but I think he's going to have a lot of that determination and that energy to prove himself, having that chip on his shoulder. And that's something that Raptors players are known for. And I think he's going to fit right in. I think RJ Barrett is always a competitor. He's always a professional. And he's somebody who comes in and goes to work, and he's always getting better. And I think that he's similarly going to bring some of that scoring playmaking that this team has missed since DeRozan left. Now, I don't think he's going to get to that same level, but I wouldn't be shocked if he gets close. I think that would be a great, great outlook for him, is that he can reach that fringe all-star level where he becomes a master at playmaking or getting to his spots and being able to create shots for himself. And as much as Scotty Barnes has been amazing this season, I still don't think that that's a natural role for him, even if he is growing into it. And so when we look at this move by Masai Ujiri, I think it's masterful. I think it's an amazing way to leverage a talent, being able to get two starters for the price of one. Matter of fact, two starters that have a far better health history than the one that just left. OG Anunoby was a great piece, but the overlapping skill sets really diminished the return on his value for the Toronto Raptors. And for them to bring in two complementary pieces who can slide right into their starting backcourt. And now what you're able to do is use Dennis Schroeder, Gary Trent Jr. to come off the bench. Now you give yourself depth. You give yourself added scoring in your starting lineup and coming in off the bench. This is a great move. This is a great move. And I know a lot of people may have wanted Zach LaVine. I don't think that was the move. I think that would have been a horrible move for the Toronto Raptors. And I'm so glad that Masai Ujiri dodged the ESPN critic clamoring to just, quote unquote, do something, right? To make a splash, to move a piece, to look like you're active. Look, just because you're not moving doesn't mean that you're not active. I'll say that again. Just because you're not moving doesn't mean you're not active. And so Masai Ujiri waiting for the right move is exactly why he's team president. It's exactly why he's considered one of the better front office members in the NBA and has been long sought after by the major market teams, because he understands not just his role, but also understands leverage, also understands patience. And I'm so glad the Toronto Raptors also value what he's doing as well, because a lesser GM would have just made a move for the sake of doing it, and they would have gotten pennies back on the dollar. Kudos to the Toronto Raptors. Kudos to Masai Ujiri. I'm looking forward to seeing how this plays out. But as always, I want to know what you all think. Get at me in the comment section. The Toronto Raptors are making moves. Is it for the better, for the worse? What do you think the long-term outlook is? Do you think that they're done? Holla at me in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, smash the like button for me, hit subscribe and the bell for notifications, and I'm going to get at y'all. Peace.